चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं भजेऽहम् निराकारमोङ्कारमूलं तुरीयं गिराज्ञानगोतीतमीशं गिरीशम् करालं महाकालकालं कृपालं गुणागार संसार भारं नतोऽहम् तुषाराद्रिसङ्काशगौरं गभीरं मनोभूतकोटिप्रभासी शरीरम् कल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा लसत्फालबालेन्दुकण्ठे भुजङ्गा जलत्कुण्डलं भ्रूसुनेत्रं विशालं प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालम् चरमाम्बरं मुण्डमालं प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रचण्डं प्रकष्टं प्रगल्भं परेशम् अखण्डम् अजं भानुकोटिप्रकाशम् शूलनिर्मूलनं शूलपाणिं भजेऽहं भवानी पतिं भावगम्यम् कलातीत कल्याणकल्पान्तकारी सदा सज्जनानन्ददाता पुरारी भजन्ति हलोके परे वा नराणाम् न तावत् सुखं शान्ति सन्तापनाशं प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूताधिवासम् न जानामि योगं जपं नैव पूजां नतोऽहं सदा सर्वदा शम्भुतुभ्यम् जराजन्म दुःखौघताताप्यमानं प्रभो पाहियापन्नमामीश शम्भो
गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री मात्रे नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय. Today I will present the topic of Rudrashtakam. It is written and composed by the great Saint Goswami Tulsidas in the 15th century and has its origins in the Ramacharita Manas the Ramayana written by Tulsidas ji. Tulsidas ji was writing the Ramacharitamanus in the Kashi Vishwanath Mandir in Varanasi, and with the grace of Bhagavan Shiva, he cognized these verses and wrote them down and composed the Ashtakam, which is an octet with 8 rhyming verses. Maharudra is the infinite dynamism in the infinite silence. Shiva took the form of Rudra to represent the natural law or the Prakriti Dharma of destruction and dissolution. Without this samhara, the destruction or the dissolution at the end of the kalpa, which is the laya, there is no evolution for all the beings in the creation. And so the whole purpose of Rudra is bringing in this destruction of something that is old, and so that something new can be created, whether it is a stage, whether it is a stage of development, a form, or if you look at it as a cell, something that is old has to be destroyed in order to create something new, or even something being transformed. For example, a bud being transformed into a flower being transformed into a fruit, then something has to be destroyed in order to create the new. So the bud is destroyed in order to create the flower, and the flower is destroyed in order to create the fruit. So Shiva took this form of Rudra, the infinite dynamism within the infinite silence, in order to facilitate this evolution or purogamanam, finally leading to moksha or liberation. Rudra's Shakti is Rudrani, which is none other than Parvati, Devi Parvati. Some depict him as fearsome, but Rudra is all compassionate and all blissful. He always remains as the self alone while fulfilling his role to uphold this dharma in order to bring forth the evolution for every being. Now, before going into the details of this Ashtakam, I would like to bring up a couple of points as to what brings this infinite silence to a very dynamic being. Here I am referring to a seeker. We have discussed this earlier, but I would like to reaffirm this in this context. The development of consciousness into the higher states of consciousness and Brahman is on the basis of development of physiology. And where is this development seen? It is seen in the nervous system, and here again the nervous system does not mean just the gross nervous system we know, but it also includes the nadis and also the brain and the whole of the structure that keeps all of this together. We understand that the human nervous system comes under the relative category. It is a matter. But there is the chance of evolvement of this human nervous system from the present state to the category of supremely relative value of matter. Again here, the quality of relativity can become very supreme. Here, it is important to understand that this is the whole structure, this is the only structure actually, which is capable of evolving to the supreme relative value. For example, if you have a structure which is made of earthly matter, or which is made of a glass material which is transparent, it is still a structure, but it varies. It has a different value. And so likewise, this nervous system can evolve from the gross to the finest of the relative. So as the consciousness rises and one becomes the Brahman, then we say this Brahman consciousness is living in the body made of this finest relative substance which we call the nervous system. For example, the nervous system of a petal could be structured in deep pink or faint pink or the finest pink. And this is how the relative substance could be raised to the value of the supreme relative. And this we see it in the nervous system. So here, more and more consciousness means more and more silence in the nervous system. And more silence leading to the absolute silence of Shiva. So from this absolute state of Shiva, then any amount of dynamism can be expressed without losing the silence. Now, if we take a step further and we try to look at what is said normally by Shankaracharya as Nidra Samadhi Sthitihi, on one context, again in one context, there is Samadhi in the Nidra, in the sleep, but there is no awareness because it is pure tamas, whereas Samadhi is fully awake state. Maharishiji has always said that to attain these higher states of consciousness and to go from transcendental consciousness to Brahman, then one has to be very patient. And why one needs this patience? Because if deep sleep has to be transformed into Brahmi Chetana, the unity consciousness, one has to be patient and patient and patient. Here, when we look at Shiva and we say he is in the Samadhi state, at least we intellectually understand that he is not in the sleeping state. He has conquered sleep. Now, when the transcendental consciousness becomes more bold and more lasting, and the physiology is becoming more and more pure, again the physiology here we mean the nervous system and the rest of the physiology, then transcendental consciousness come to be the sleeping state of consciousness. Now this sleep, which was sleeping before and forgot everything during sleep, is now fully awake inside. So from within this deep sleep of existence, this unity consciousness comes out. And now we are beginning to see how this happens. So this transcendental consciousness, when it becomes bold and more lasting, then it becomes awake in the sleep state of consciousness. So the transcendental consciousness becomes fully awake in the sleep state of consciousness. And when it is fully awake in the sleep state of consciousness, then it equates to this unity consciousness. And this is how the sleeping, dreaming and waking states all get influenced by this 1/4 state of consciousness, which is the Turiya or the transcendental. And so this is how the tamas of the sleep wakes up and becomes the fully awake state. And this is the state of Shiva, the fully awake state of Shiva. And this is the infinite silence of Shiva, within whom is this infinite dynamism as Adi Shakti. And here he expresses as this infinite dynamism as Maharudra. And this Maharudra, remaining as the infinite silence, remaining completely self-referral and being fully awake, plays the role of destroyer and liberator. Now let us go over the verses, then it will become very clear and very beautiful. Namami samishana nirvana rupam vibhum vyapakam brahma veda swarupam nijam nirgunam nirvikalpam niriham chadaakasamakasa vasam bhajeham. My salutations to Ishana, who is the none other than Rudra. Your form represents the state of the highest nirvana, the state where there is extinction of all desires and passions leading to the highest bliss. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who manifests taking a form, though in a sense he is all-pervading and omnipresent, and his form embodies the highest knowledge of Brahman present in the core of the Vedas. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who remains absorbed in his own self and who is beyond the three gunas, the sattva, rajas and tamas, who is beyond any vikalpas, the ever-changing phenomena and multiplicity, and who is free from any afflictions of the mind. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who is all pure consciousness as Chidakasa and all pervading as the Akasha. I worship that Ishana. Om Nirakaram Omkaramulam Turiyam Girijnana Gotitamisham Girisam Karalam Mahakala Kalam Krupalam Gunagara Samsara Saram Natoham. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who is formless and who is the very root of the sacred Omkara, and who abides in the state of Turiya, the fourth state of consciousness. My salutations to Rudra, who is beyond all knowledge where speech can express, and beyond the perception of the sense organs, I bow to Girisha, the Lord of the mountains. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who, taking the terrible form of Mahakala, tears apart Kala, the time. You are the time himself, and at the same time you are the embodiment of compassion to all devotees. I bow down to you, O Rudra, who helps in crossing this samsara, this delusion of worldly existence made of gunas. Om Tusharadrisangkasagauram Gabiram Manobhutakoti Prabhasri Shariram Spuranmaulikallolini Charugangam Lasatpalabalendu Bhusham Mahesham. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who is shining like the mountain of snow, whose being is very deep and vast, infinite, and in the depth of whose mind exist millions of rays of splendor. And these rays of splendor express themselves in his auspicious body, over whose head the beautiful Ganga dances and surges forth towards the worlds, over whose forehead the newly risen moon shines, spreading its rays, and around whose neck adorns the beautiful serpents. I bow to you, O Rudra. Om Chalat Kundalam Bru Sunitram Visalam Prasannanam Neelakantam Dayalum Mrugadhisa Charmambaram Mundamalam Priyam Sankaram Sarvanatham Bhajami. My salutations to Sri Rudra, whose earrings sway in his beautiful face, who is adorned with beautiful striking eyebrows and large beautiful eyes, whose face is beaming with pleasantness and grace, whose throat is blue due to drinking the poison during Samudra Manthana, and who is extremely compassionate, whose clothes are the skin of the Lord of Animals, here signifying a tiger, and whose neck is adorned with a garland of skulls. I worship you, O Rudra, who is beloved to his devotees, who is Shankara and who is the Lord of all, the Paramatma. Om Prachandam Prakrushtam Pragalpam Paresam Akhandam Ajambhanukoti Prakasam Traisula Nirmulanam Sulapanim Bhajeham Bhavani Patim Bhavagamyam. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who is fierce, eminent and extremely strong, who is the highest God, who is ever unborn and who is whole, and who shines with the effulgence of million suns. I offer my salutations to Sri Rudra, who has a trident in hand and whose 3 spikes uproot the bondage of the 3 gunas, tamas, rajas and sattva. I worship the consort of Devi Bhavani, who can be attained only by pure devotion. Om Kalatita Kalyana Kalpantari Sadam Satchidananda Data Purare Chidananda Sandoha Moha Pakare Prasida Prasida Prabho Manmadhari. My salutations to Sri Rudra, whose auspicious nature is beyond the elements of this gross material world, and who brings an end to a kalpa, that is, brings an end to the cycle of creation when all gross elements are dissolved. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who always gives great joy to the men of wisdom and who is the enemy of the Tripurasuras who represent adharma. Here enemy means destroyer. My salutations to Sri Rudra, who by removing the great delusion, the human delusion, he plunges the prepared soul in the fullness of this Chidananda, which is the bliss of Brahman or the pure consciousness. O Rudra, the destroyer of Manmata, please be gracious to me. Please be gracious to me, O Bhagavan. Om Nayavat Umanatha Padaravindam Bhajanti Haloke Pareva Naranam Natavat Sukham Shanti Santapanasam Prasida Prabho Sarvabhutadhivasam. O Rudra, as long as the lotus feet of the Lord of Uma is not worshipped in this world or later by the human beings, so long till then joy, peace and end of sorrows will not be experienced in life. Therefore, O Bhagavan Rudra, please be gracious, you who reside within all beings as the self of all, please bless us. Om Na janami yogam japam naiva pujam natoham sada sarvada devatubhyam Jara janma dukkhau ghatatapyamanam Prabho pahi apannamisa prasidam Prabho pahi apannamisa prasidam. O Rudra, I do not know how to perform yoga, how to perform japa or puja. I only know how to bow down to you at all times, O Shambhu. Please protect me from the sorrows of birth and old age, as well as from the violations of nature which lead to sufferings. Please protect me, O Bhagavan, from all afflictions and protect me always, Bhagavan Shambhu. Om. This Rudrashtakam, the 8 verses in praise of Rudra, has been said or composed by Sri Goswami Tulsidas for pleasing Hara, which is another name of Sri Shiva. And those persons who recite this with devotion, with them Sri Shambhu will always be pleased. Here ends the Rudrashtakam, composed by Sri Goswami Tulsidas. So I end here. Jai Gurudev, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.